Hi guys, it's Jonathan here. Welcome to the monthly housing market update. My goal for videos like this is to provide you valuable information so you can make the right decision for yourself. Now, as you follow me along, if you have certain questions that I didn't get a chance to answer, please feel free to leave me a comment down below and I'll try to answer your question as soon as possible. Remember, if you find the content at all helpful, please consider hitting the like button and subscribe to my channel so you won't miss future videos like this. Alright, so in this video, I have two main topics to discuss with you. The first one is interest rate. We'll take a look at what interest rate is right now and how it impacts buyers and sellers. Second, we'll look at some of the most important statistics on the two popular counties within Austin metro areas, Travis County and Williamson County. And the three statistics that we'll be looking at are trending for current inventories, trending for current sales price, and trending for current days on the market. These are the three most important stats that I typically look at to really understand the current supply and demand issues. I'll be commenting along the way on what I think those means to you as buyers or sellers. Let's cut to the chase. First, let's take a look at interest rate. I'm on the website freddiemac.com right now, and as you can see, the current interest rate is about 5.66% for 30 years fixed. This is pretty much in line with what my local lenders have been telling me, plus or minus 1/4%. As you can see, the interest rate has risen since the beginning of the month. From around 5% for a 30 years fixed to now 5.66%. Interest rate is expected to continue to go up as the Fed try to fight inflation, which is at an all-time high right now. So you might question, how high can interest rate go? For that, we need to take a look at the historical trend. If I go back all the way back to 1974 here, as you can see, the interest rate of 5.66 is really nothing compared to the rates have been in the past. But to be more reasonable, let's compare it to the most recent years. So if you look at 2018, right? 2018, 2019, before everything goes crazy, the interest rate was around, I would say, about 5%. And then if you go further back to the last recessions in 2008, 2009, the interest rate was as high as 6.5%. Now, keep in mind that the current inflation that we are in is more severe than the one back in 2008. Current CPIs is around 8.5% versus around 5% back in the last recessions. Some experts predict that the interest rate can go as high as 7 or 8% for a short amount of time. Now, the key word is short amount of time. Now, what does this mean to buyers and sellers? As interest rates continue to go up, you can expect prices to go down. With interest rate going up, it will be more difficult for buyers to get qualified or to qualify for high dollar loans. And with less capable buyers out there in the market, if the supply continue to go up, you can expect to see more price reductions and adjustment. Now, how low will the price go and how fast? I don't have the answer for that, but I can help you understand that big pictures when we look at the stats. All right, let's take a look at some of the stats. We'll be looking at the stats for single family house in the Travis counties and Williamson counties. These counties pretty much covers Austin and city in the north like Round Rock, Pflugerville, Cedar Park, Leander, GeorgeTown. The first thing to look at here is the trending for current inventory. We'll be looking at the monthly supply, which is really a ratio between the number of active listings and the number of sales closed for that given month. Keep in mind that this is a little bit different than months of supplies. Months of supplies usually factor in seasonalities and average sales volumes or sales number for a period of time. However, in my opinion, both of these stats trend very similarly. Okay, if you take a look at this chart here, I plotted this data straight out of my local MLS system, and I plotted this for the last 12 months. The green bars that you are seeing is the number of active listings for the month, which is your supply. The blue bar is the number of sales for that month, which is your demand. And the ratio between the two is what I call the monthly supplies. It is around 3.96 for the month of August, and it is an increase from July, which was 3.63. Is this alarming? Let me show you something here and you can decide, okay? This chart shows very similar metrics. However, I went back 5 years. As you can see, over the last 5 years, we typically see supply picked out during summer times, and that's the time most families look to sell and move. Now, we cannot really compare this to 2020 or 2021. So as of right now, it looks like we are going back to that normal market for supply. Let's take a look at the demand, the blue line. Demand has shown slight upward trend, but not by much. Now, it could have been a lot more during summer of 2021 right here, if there were enough houses during that month. And that's why we saw crazy bidding war and the prices shot up, right? Now, what is more concerning about the demand here is typically we saw sales, we saw more sale toward the summer time frames. However, that is not the case right now. Why? Because the interest rate, a lot of uncertainties in the job market, and fear of recessions. That's what's holding back the buyers right now. Keep in mind, in this business, we know that 5 months of supply is a balanced market. Anything below that is in favor of the sellers, and everything above that is in favor of the buyers. So I think we are trending toward that balanced market right now. Now let me know in the comments below what you think after you saw this data. All right, next, let's take a look at the sales price per square footage. This is the median sales price per square footage that I plotted over the last 3 years. If you look at June, July, and August, we are seeing a price softening right here. We peaked out in May at around $288 per square foot, and it has dropped down to about $266 per square foot now, because of all the factors that I just mentioned. So how low would this go? Let's take a look at the historical trend. This is a similar chart, but I went all the way back to the last recessions. If we are saying that recessions will impact price, I don't really see that here on this chart. Texas in general and Austin area were able to dodge the recession bullet last time, and it didn't really make a dent. Yes, there was no growth for a period of time, but the price didn't go down. Now, will history repeat itself? I'll let you make that conclusion. I'll be putting out videos with very fascinating evidence on why I think Texas and Austin metros area are very resilient to any market downturn, and why I think recessions will have relatively minimal impact. Stay tuned for that videos and remember to subscribe so you won't miss it. Last but not least, let's take a look at the trending for day on the market. This will help seller and buyers know what to expect. So I plotted this for the last 12 months here. As you can see, if you are a seller now and you put your house in the market at a reasonable price, you can expect it to get sold in about 22 days on average. Now keep in mind, this is an average and your house has to be reasonably priced. I've seen, like beautiful house sitting on the market for 60, 90 days because they're listing it too high. For buyers, what does that mean? This means that you have time. You're not dealing with that multiple offers anymore. You're not dealing with, houses getting sold basically the first week that it hit the market. So you have some leverage here. You don't have to rush to put your offer in. For buyers who are out of state and interested in buying new constructions, I'm seeing builders who are more open now to investor, right? To working with investor. So this could be a chance for you to acquire new constructions here in Austin area. All right, now I think that's all of the information that I would like to share with you for the month of August. I'll try to post videos like this monthly so you can keep up with the market trends. If you enjoyed the content of this videos, please remember to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. If you would like to work with me as your agent, my contact information is below. Until next time, bye.